Let's let it take a second to focus and
get used to the beauty that is on its screen now.
So bitches, today is a very incredible day because I am going to let Bruiser take the reins of Troublemaker TV, and he's going to do the newly Ted game interviewing me, Ted, and he's going to ask any 4 questions that he is dying to know the answer to.
Finally, the power is mine!
I am ready to answer any questions that you can throw at me.
I've got all sorts of them. Anyway, first one. Back when you first realized that you was into dudes and chicks at the same time, how did that settle in your head?
That I liked both.
Yeah.
Well, see, that was pretty conflicting for me because it was much longer before Angie that I was attracted to guys as well as women, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if that meant I was gay or what, but I did still find women attractive, and so there was a lot of years of what am I, what does this mean for me, what exactly do I label myself as, do I just go one way and then deal with it, and that's what I did for a while. I was with Angie, I was monogamous, so I was happy, you know, and I didn't need to tell people about it, but I had always been attracted to both. It was just that now that I have been single for a while and now that I have a serious relationship, I decided to let people know that I am bisexual.
Alright, I like that. See, because what I was trying to do there was get some explanations because I've never been in that situation, so I would never know how to do it. I mean, I've had my experiences with the trans community. I've had experiences with that, but I've never understood the frame of mind it takes to get there.
Well, and there's a whole bunch of sides to bisexuality that people don't realize. It doesn't mean you're necessarily half and half. Like, I could be more attracted to women, but also attracted to men, or vice versa. It's not like a straight down the line, half of me likes this, half, it's a jumble. And that's what makes it extra confusing, is because it's not just this is what I like, it's like, well, maybe I'll like this, maybe if I try this I'll like it, and it's an experimental thing, and definitely.
Well, and see, now when I was growing up, and you've completely disproven this, but my mom explained it to me one day. I don't remember the conversation that led up to it, but she was explaining what different things were, and she said, and I kind of caught this in the back of my head for a lot of my life, that bisexual people were just lazy. Like, seriously, she got that idea in my head, and even when I grew up and realized that a lot of what she said may or may not have been full of shit, the two of us, we'd do all these videos together, and I was naked a lot, and like, I could tell you, okay, admittedly, ever since I met you, I've known, dude. I really,
yeah.
You haven't hit it. I've just known, and then, I gotta say, it was kind of hurtful when I found out that you had been dating somebody for so long and hadn't told me because you were afraid I wouldn't like you because of all the nudity. Now, I just wanted to get that out there, get it off my chest. I was offended, I was hurt. I'm supposed to be your best friend, couldn't even tell me.
But yes, I was incredibly nervous about telling Bruiser about this because I know he's my best friend and we had filmed a lot of naked stuff. It was not like so I can be like Jared style creeping on him. It was generally because I honestly thought it would get us a lot of buzz, which it kind of did. And also, one other true fact is when I have a really shitty, terrible idea that like would not go over well, I do tend to ask Bruiser to do it because like then I can at least say that it wasn't completely me that did it. So Bruiser in a lot of ways is my creative outlet to do like my craziest things, which he goes for a lot of the time.
A lot of the stuff that he's too embarrassed to do himself, he will call me because I'm the real man in the group.
Oh shit. But so that is that's a little bit of backstory on I was afraid to tell Bruiser more than anybody else because of all of our naked past stuff. Is I thought that he would totally take offense to it, but no, it's Bruiser's my best friend, but
And honestly, while we were doing the naked stuff, I knew, but I also didn't care because I just thought it was hilarious. The things we were doing made me laugh, so it was funny. And I was like, well, here's this dude, clearly into dudes, but he's having me do all this naked stuff. I think it's partially for the show, But I'm just doing it because I think it's funny. I don't care what he uses it for in his personal time. It's not for me to say, because you can't ever control what your media face is used for in people's private times. But I did it because I thought it was hilarious.
Okay. So what is the next question?
Do you like cheese?
Do I like cheese? Sometimes on a good burger.
I don't feel like that was a full enough answer.
I know. Well, that wasn't a good question.
What did you actually think when that photo shoot was happening and the dude actually showed up behind us? What was going through your head? Because I can tell you what was going through my head was, holy shit, I'm naked.
As far as the photo shoot in the elementary school where Bruiser took his clothes off and I was taking the pictures.
All my clothes.
It was for the album we were doing for Bruiser, and
my one and only album.
What was going through my mind was that I can't believe we're doing this. I was kind of thinking, I can't believe
he agreed to
Yeah,
this.
I can't believe Bruiser agreed to this. And so I was just kind of like, okay, before he decides he's done with this, I better get done. So that was my mindset. So when he said to me, dude, someone's coming, I'm like, no, no one's not.
I'll just ignore this until they go away. But then he had a phone, so it was like, well, fuck.
And so then I saw the guy coming, and then like, okay, I better run away now. And then I just left Bruiser there naked.
I hope he shows up. I know he's slow and crippled, but I hope he shows up before I get the engine started. I ain't stopping.
Clothes on or not, I just hope he gets in this car.
Oh, and I can tell you, he had one of those small, like, Ford Ranger trucks. Those are really hard to get dressed on the inside of. Now, if you were in the bed, that would probably be easier, but inside, it's so tightly compacted together, you had to bend up like this to put your pants on. It's hard. Don't ever fuck in a Ford Ranger truck. It's so true it rhymes. Don't ever fuck in a Ford Ranger truck. What was honestly your favorite thing that you ever recorded, whether or not it was a Tedlicious production?
My favorite thing that I've ever recorded, to be honest, was Bitches Divas. It was my favorite thing that I've ever put together because it was exactly what I've always dreamed of. A competition, fighting, sexiness, a whole bunch of people in a fun pink room. It was
a fun pink room.
It was everything that I dreamed of. I remember seeing everybody lined up there on actually the set of season 2. I was super pumped because I realized it was happening for a second time. There were so many people there.
He was just pumped to have all them girls up in a line for him.
Oh my god, yes. And like I just knew it was going to be such an incredible time, and I really couldn't believe that I pulled off what I had always dreamed of doing. And so that was my favorite thing that I've ever recorded, and the only regret is that I was fat, and that it wasn't when I had better production skills, because if I was doing it today, it would look so much better and it would be so cool. But I am most proud of that because it was just so amazing how it all came together. Yeah.
Would you be interested, if the opportunity presented itself, to redo that entire show?
Redo it? I would...
with your current skill level, I mean.
Yes, except I wouldn't want to, quote-unquote, start from scratch. I would want to make it a season 3. It would just be, boom, this is the expansion. Now that we're doing this Newly Ted and you're interviewing me, do you want to know why I kept your voice in for the...
Yes, because I always thought it was creepy. Previously on Totally Tedley.
I decided to do it because I felt it added a more inclusive feeling to it, where I had a whole bunch of people like sturdily working on this project, when in fact it was really me and people were just kind of in and out of my life. But like I had a few people that were constantly in it, and I felt like having your voice continued through it was going to make the audience feel like there were a lot of people.
So it was a continuity thing.
Yeah, it was a continuity thing.
I thought honestly it was because it was a spite thing, and you were thinking, oh wow, I don't actually need you, I could use what I've already got. So no, I thought it was a slight against me.
I have to say, Bruiser, those were some damn good questions. They got to the bottom of a lot of things that maybe the audience doesn't exactly know all about, but it really got to the our secret inner relationship that a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, we're such good friends that a lot of people have actually asked me if I'm gay and if we've done things together, and no.
Do you want
not.
to?
I would love to. But I don't like penis.
Okay, well thank you bitches for watching another Troublemaker TV. This is Tedley here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well as Bruiser's channel. Alright bitches, you have a great night.
Love y'all!